Hey, 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 what is up, everybody? Thank you guys so much for joining us back. Hopefully you're back. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties with the audio right now, but we're back in business. And good thing too, because I have a bunch of cool projects to show you today. We're gonna have an absolute blast. By the way, today we are giving away some prizes, so make sure you stay tuned for that. You do have to be viewing live in order to win the prizes. We're gonna give those away at the end of this live stream, so go ahead and settle in, go sit in, you know, that special spot in your house where you get the good Wi-Fi. Maybe it's the couch, bathroom, I don't know. Head on over there. We're gonna have a good time today. We have a few cool projects today. I have a hoodie, which is off camera right now. We're gonna show you how to press a hoodie. We're gonna be doing this really nice tote bag. We're gonna be customizing a tote bag live. And then one of my favorite super underrated projects. Now, this is kind of Valentine's themed, but it's not just for Valentine's Day. I'm talking about this set of lovers mugs. This is so cute. We're gonna show you guys a close-up in a second of the artwork because I think that's the cutest right here. I don't know if you know who this handsome couple is. It's Ross and Rachel. And what's cool about these mugs is it's actually two. It is so cute, doggone, especially if you like line up your artwork. So they like join together right there. Oops, oops. And they're so cute. Now, I like these mugs because, you know, in every couple, there's the camel and the bird, right? For me, I'm the camel. I drink like 3 cups of sugar-free iced tea at dinner. And my wife, she'll take like a sip. She sips like a little bird. I need the full-size cup and, you know, 2 peas in a pod. These are super cool. So on this mug, this is the full-sized, I believe it's an 11-ounce mug. And this is like a little half moon with a little indent out. And I'm gonna show you how we make these today. Super duper cool. I'm a big fan of these. As you can see, I have my blank ones out here. And yeah, really exciting stuff. So we're actually gonna get started with that in just a second, but I'm gonna kind of talk you through this right here. And yeah, so we're gonna have a good time. Now, I do have, we have a few things. We have a hoodie and a tote bag. I think we're gonna get started on this tote bag. And to do that, I'm gonna be using something really cool called Caesar Easy Puff. So this is a vinyl. I have a few little small ones right here. These are great for like if you wanna do a pocket logo. But sometimes you gotta go big or go home. So I have this huge vinyl. Now, Caesar Easy Puff vinyl, there's more colors, but since it's Valentine's Day, right here, it comes on a 12-inch roll, or you could buy sheets here at Heat Press Nation. I believe we carried it by the sheet. And yeah, so it comes on a roll. So if you have the roll, you could do a huge, like for a t-shirt, you could do a huge print like this, or you could do it, I'm doing it on a tote bag today. This is about to be one killer tote bag. So we're actually gonna start off with that first. And then we have some options. So I will definitely want your input. I have 2 designs here today. I have one, it says tacos are my Valentine. And then I have another one. This could say whatever you want it to say. This of course says HPN. I made this in Canva. So in Canva, and I'll show it right here, I guess it's a better look. So in Canva, they have these like balloon letters. They're like holographic, right? And so I just, you know, you could do whatever initials you want. Of course, HPN stands for Heat Press Nation. And yeah, super cool. Very neat. Sorry, getting that all together. So that's really cool. But then the other one, you know, hey, look, I get it. Singles Awareness Day. And dude, I just had tacos for lunch today. I'm so glad you can't smell my taco breath, because it's interesting. But you know, tacos are my Valentine. I love this graphic. This graphic, I believe we got it on Shutterstock. Yeah, so super cool stuff. So we're gonna get started on those in just a minute. But first, let me show you, I think I said we're gonna get started with that. Sorry. First, let me show you how we set up these mugs. So now if you see this template right here, and I'm gonna clear space right here so I can show you guys, we're gonna make a little mess today. I'm gonna show you guys right here how we prep these mugs. So here we have, again, the lover set, and I'll put the blank ones over here. I got so much stuff here. So you can kind of see. So now on this side, we have the full pictures. that are printed, and on this side we just have the halves on either side, right? But when you put them together, how does this work? There we go. They just look so darn cute, right? So first things first, I'm gonna trim out my transfer. Now, I did print this on a Sawgrass SG 500. You could print it on whatever sublimation printer you got. Also, in case you didn't know, we do offer custom sublimation prints. So if you want to start doing sublimation transfers, but you don't have a sublimation printer, you can actually order sublimation prints from Heat Press Nation. It's called True Print Custom Sublimation Transfers. You upload your artwork, and then, yeah, it's really that easy. You upload your artwork, let us know what size. Right now, True Print Custom Transfers are only available for like gang sheets. So hopefully you have a few things that you want to print. What I'm doing right here is I'm applying some heat tape to my print. And what the heat tape does, this is a heat resistant tape that allows me to stick this transfer onto my mug. So if you're new to this, do not use regular Scotch tape. Scotch tape will melt, it'll damage your mug, it'll damage your print, it's a mess. What you want to be using, again, is heat tape. So again, I'm putting some heat tape on the transfer right here. I like to put it onto the paper first, and then from there, I put it onto the mug. It just makes things a little bit easier, in my opinion. So here we go. This is the top of the mug. Make sure this is aligned right, because sometimes I've accidentally put it on upside down and then you waste your time, right? So what you do then is, with the print side touching the mug, you just go ahead and put it in there. You want to center it. I'm gonna take a quick look right here. You want to make sure that the side of your transfer is equidistant from the handle. That's how you know you've done it right. I'm a little bit over a finger's width away from the handle on either side. And look at that detail on the handle, little heart. It does not get cuter than this. I mean, you'd have to have a truckload of baby dolphins, singing in order to be cuter than this mug, I'm telling you. So that's actually prepped, that's ready to rock and roll. Now this other side, you do want to make sure that you're setting up your artwork right if you want it to line up. So I believe, and I'm gonna have to check this one for reference. So on this side, okay, I gotta make sure I have the right picture for the right side. So this side has Ross. So Ross, if you guys don't know who Ross and Rachel are, you're probably just young. I feel like anyone my age and older knows who Ross and Rachel are. And younger too. I heard that Friends had like a resurgence with the Gen Zers, and I think that's awesome. I know baggy pants have had a resurgence with Gen Zers. I thought that was a relic of my youth. But yeah, I'm gonna check comments in just a second. I know people have been chiming in here. I'm gonna check in on you guys in just a moment, but here we go. Our mug is prepped. By the way, if you guys have questions about what I'm doing today, go ahead and drop that into the comments. I'm gonna pull out my comments in just a second. These are ready to go. Now, for this one, the full-size mug, we could put this in the mug press, but this one, this little cutout is special. So what we have to do is use what we call an oven wrap. I'm gonna scoot these over right here so you guys can see. So I have an oven wrap here. Now these oven wraps, they're actually adjustable. So what I did is, you get a regular mug wrap, but you can loosen the clamp and adjust the tension on the wrap. So for one, I have it at standard tension. This other one is a little bit tighter, and the reason for that is because this gap is missing right here on the mug. I need it to grip a little bit tighter. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So now, this is the smaller one with the extra tension. So I'm gonna do my best to center this right here. Gonna bring this over, scoot that just a little bit. You want it as close to center as possible. And also I need to raise that just a bit. And then you insert the clamp inside like that. Snap it once for regular tension, but if you want it to be extra tight, there's a second setting. You're gonna clamp it even tighter. And I'm just gonna kind of visually inspect, make sure everything is good. But yeah, that's pretty tight on my mug. That's gonna go in my oven right now. We're gonna repeat this with the other wrap and the other mug. Again, I'm kind of just centering it, and let me see if you can get a better look here. I'll try it from this angle for this one. You want the mug centered, like, you know, top and bottom, and then more or less centered in between the sides. That actually should be okay. We're gonna put the clamp, we're gonna insert the clamp tab and squeeze. I know the snap can be kind of scary, I'm sorry. And I want it to be extra tight, so we're gonna go to that second tension setting. These are the Hicks mug wraps. I love them because they're reusable. You could use them hundreds and hundreds of times. And again, the tension is adjustable, so if you feel it starting to loosen up a little bit after a lot of use, you just adjust it with these screws here. You can pull a little bit more through and adjust the tension. So for this next part, my pals at DTF Station, they gave me this glove, and I'm gonna use it. This is kind of like a really thick barbecue glove. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put this in, and I have my phone out because I need to start a timer for 5.5 minutes. So I have my timer going. I'm gonna start that timer as soon as both of these mugs are in the door. This little oven is preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And I just crank the time so it can just stay on. I'm not gonna use the oven timer, I'm gonna use my phone timer. This is a regular, I believe we got this at Walmart. This is a regular toaster oven, and that's what's kind of cool about these. I would recommend though, if you're thinking about using oven wraps, you don't wanna use an oven that you also do food in. That's not really recommended. You know, you don't wanna be sublimating in your food oven. You wanna be sublimating, you know, if you can't afford the big expensive sublimation ovens, I'm gonna scoot this one over just a little bit. That way the hot air can pass in between them. Gonna close that up. I'm gonna start my timer now for 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Six minutes, what the heck? We're gonna do 6 minutes. Now, while that's cooking, in 6 minutes, that's more than enough time for me to show you how we do this tote bag. But before I move on, let's go ahead and check in on the comments. I wanna say what's up to everybody here. Let's see here. Gonna check in on these comments right away. Let's see. I think I have to refresh. Let's see. Here we go. Before I move on, let's go ahead and check. All right. Callie says good afternoon. Anita says hey everybody. Dee says hi. Hello. She loves the handle on the mugs. Awesome. Awesome possum. All righty. So while that's cooking, let's go ahead and do this tote bag. This tote bag is really cool. It's pretty standard. I don't know. I think we got this on Amazon. Let me cut the tag. But you know what? Hobby Lobby has some really cool totes that I found there. When you're getting a tote, you want something that's gonna lay perfectly flat. And we're gonna go over to the heat press in just a moment, but since we're looking at the tote, you want a tote with no like inside pockets or anything. If you're gonna heat press it, ideally you want like a perfectly flat surface. So let me show you what we're gonna be customizing with. This is Caesar Easy Puff HTV. This is a vinyl. So I was able to cut this out in a vinyl cutter. You could use your Silhouette Cameo, your Caesar Juliet, Cricut Maker, whatever you got. And you can cut it out of vinyl. It's vinyl. But the cool thing about this vinyl is when you heat press it, the heat activates this like puffing agent, and it actually puffs up when you peel it. So it's incredibly cool, and it's very simple. As you can see, I've already cut a graphic out. But I have one here that I haven't weeded yet. So if you've never used vinyl, what you do is you pass this through your vinyl cutting machine, and it cuts your graphic out of the vinyl material. And then when you're done, all you do is what I'm doing here. This process is called weeding. And what I'm doing is I'm peeling off the excess material that was not, that was not, you know, my graphic. So the vinyl cutter cuts out all this material, and whatever is left behind, that's what actually gets pressed onto your garment. You could do hats, tote bags, sweaters, all that stuff. Now, one thing that's important is when you are cutting it, don't forget to mirror your graphic. The reason why I saved this one for my sample, just to show you, is because I forgot to mirror my graphic. So it looks good this way, but when I actually put it on a shirt, it's gonna be backwards. But you know, I at least wanted to show that on camera. This one is good to go. So we're gonna head on over to our heat press. I got 3 minutes left before it's time to rotate these mugs. And that's more than enough time. In fact, this is gonna be like, all in all, on the heat press, I'm only gonna be there like a few seconds. Let's head over, let me show you how it's done. So here we are, this is our signature series, 15-inch by 15-inch heat press. You see we have that slide out drawer. Ugh, my favorite feature of any heat press is having a slide out lower platen. So what I like to do is when I'm pressing a tote, I like to hang it upside down so the top seam there and the handles, they hang off the front edge. Then I'm gonna slide it back in and I'm gonna pre-press it for about 5 seconds or so. I'm at a kind of a firm pressure. Let me loosen that up a little bit. Okay, and so we're gonna slide that out. So preheating it does a few things. Mainly it's eliminating the wrinkles and the moisture from the garment or the item. And now it is time. I have my Craft Pro, I'm sorry, not Craft Pro, my Caesar Easy Puff HTV. Looking so, so good right here. I'm just gonna place it down, slide this in with a firm pressure. My press is set to 285 degrees Fahrenheit. I have 12 seconds on the clock. And once this opens, I'm gonna peel it immediately. This is a hot peel situation. Gonna help that open. Immediately peel, boom. Look at that. Now it does take a few seconds to puff up, so we're gonna let that breathe for a second. And wowzers, it looks incredible. Let me go ahead and show you right here. Now the puff, like sometimes you have to like hold it into a shadow to see the dimension on the puff. But what this vinyl did is after I peeled off the carrier, you could see it just start to thicken up. So it doesn't sit flat like regular vinyl. It puffs out to get some dimension. It's super, super cool vinyl. And look at how cute this tote bag is, right? Oops. This is a super cute tote bag. It looks really cool. I'm gonna bring it over to the other camera, which is a little bit easier for me to, here we go. Look at this. Really cute. We have our little puff candy heart. I think the puff really plays into it, really thickens it out. Now, one thing I will say about using puff vinyl is your pressure, your dwell time kind of has a little bit to play into, how much it puffs. So what I would recommend when you get puff, print off a few smaller pieces and press them using different pressures on your heat press and see which one's gonna give you the best results. That's the only thing I'll say about the puff is you have to practice with it just a little bit. So if you have an old t-shirt, cut a few smaller pieces, see how you like it with that, and then you can go for your big piece. I think it's super cool. I wish you guys could reach through. That's our timer. I'm gonna stop my timer, put on my thick barbecue glove, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate these. So when we're working with small ovens that are not designed for sublimation, typically what we found is they're not super good at heating evenly. So all we do is we rotate them. Again, we're giving a little space in between. Even though I could fit a third mug in here, I'm not gonna. I don't usually put more than 2 mugs in this small oven at a time. It needs room for the hot air to kind of flow through those. And now I'm gonna set my second timer for 5 minutes. Now your actual times will vary, depending on what you're doing or depending on what oven you're using. You might do 5 minutes and then 4 minutes. You might do, 4 minutes and then 3 minutes. I don't know. Typically what we found, doing 6 minutes, then 5 minutes, rotating in between, that seems to work pretty good on small little toaster ovens like this. And what's interesting is usually for regular mugs, again, like this one, like this half of the situation, I would do these in a mug press all day long. But for specialty items like this, you have to use a mug wrap because there's no other way to get proper tension and pressure over, to kind of cover that gap. So we're in a pretty cool situation where we get to try something new. I get to show you guys these cool mug wraps and you can see them in action. And then of course, because we have the time, we can go here and show you how to do these tote bags. I said I had a sweater. I'm gonna grab that in just a moment, but first, let me remind you that we are doing a giveaway at the end of this live stream. I'm gonna be giving away a sample pack of heat transfer vinyl, not just the puff that you see me using here, but an assortment of different textures, all in kind of the Valentine's colorway. So expect some cool reds, some pinks, maybe some glitters. You're gonna have to win and find out, but we're gonna get that sample pack sent out. We have 2 winners today, and I'm just double checking our comments right now. Let's see if anybody has any questions here. Great question. Callie says, does that heat press bolt down onto the heat press stand with wheels? This one does. So this is the Heat Press Nation Signature Pro 15 by 15 inch. This one does bolt onto our universal stand. So the holes, there should be spacing where it lines up, and then you could really fix it in place on the cart or the universal stand, which is what I'm using today as well. Great question. And then another question, is there enough storage room under the heat press stand with wheels to keep in mug and tumbler press? Measuring my craft room where every inch counts. I feel you on that, thank you. You're very welcome. And yes, 100%, in fact, you could probably fit 2 mug and tumbler presses down there just from a storage perspective. What we have, if you were to visit our showroom in Fullerton, California, in some places, oh, see, there we go. Yeah, to give you an example, this is a 12-inch roll of vinyl, right? And I could fit a lot of those. You see me just kind of rolling it down. There's so much space down here. You know, I don't have the exact dimensions on me, but yeah, there's a lot of space down there where you could easily fit 2 mug and tumbler presses, if we're being honest, or a mug and tumbler press in like a little bin or a box with like supplies and stuff. Like I was saying, if you come to our showroom here in Fullerton, California, we have tons of heat presses on these stands, and underneath some of them we do have like bins with additional supplies or you know, just different things on there. Upstairs, where for employees only, we stockpile these carts with so much stuff. So the top shelf holds up to 300 pounds, the bottom shelf holds up to 75, and we push the limits of what we store on these carts. Great question coming from Al M. Hi, Jared. Can you layer the puff vinyl? You shouldn't. So the thing about puff vinyl is you should only heat press it once. What you could do is you could do the knockout method. So like you could layer like around the heart. Maybe you could press like a glitter border, and then the puff not directly on top of that layer, but you could do like your glitter first, and then using like the knockout method, put a layer of puff inside, but your puff should always be the final press. For example, another thing that we've done is we've done mixed media where we'll do a DTF print, right, on the center and then around it or kind of within it using the knockout method. We're able to heat press vinyl to do like a really cool mixed media, get different textures, different styles. So puff, yes, you could layer it using like the knockout method. So it's not directly over something, but it's beside it. And then make sure your puff is your last layer, because if you were to hit it again with a heat press, it could kind of like squash the puff. So this puff, it kind of thickens out when you heat press it the first time, but then if you keep pressing it, you're gonna kind of squash it back down. Or if you overcook it, it gets this really weird wrinkly texture. So yeah, again, you technically can using the knockout method and ensuring that the puff is your final layer. Let me go ahead and just check my timer really quick. 14 seconds. Darn, I'm good. I'm really good here. So let's go ahead. We're gonna get up close. And if you're just tuning in, what I'm doing here is using my sublimation, or not my sublimation oven, using a regular toaster oven, I'm actually sublimating these really cool, there's the timer. I'm sublimating these really cool mugs. So that's time. Again, our first, let me pull these out carefully. There we go. This can actually go up here. Okay, I'm gonna set these down right here in front. These are gonna be very, very hot. I can turn off my oven now. So those are gonna be extremely hot. You wanna give them ample time to cool down. The mug is hot, the metal is hot, the handle is hot. Everything's hot. Get yourself a thick barbecue glove. We do have the HPN thick gloves here. I'm using one from our pals over at DTS Station, but we have thick gloves like this for handling really hot substrates. Yeah, I'm gonna give those a few minutes to cool down. And let's head over to the heat press. Now, one thing that you can do, or I should say, we're gonna head over to the heat press in a minute. One thing that you can do, if you don't have any print equipment at all, but you do have a heat press, or maybe you have a vinyl cutter and you're totally into doing like cool stuff like this with like puff vinyl, but maybe you wanna do a full color graphic, like kind of like what I'm doing here. You know, tacos are my Valentine. Or you want to put someone's initials in like a cool holographic balloon font. You want to do that sort of thing, but you don't have a direct-to-film printer. It's okay. We have this new service. It's kind of new. It's a print service. It's called HPN TruePrint, or TruePrint by HPN. TruePrint is the name. And so what you can do is you can upload your graphics to our website and order transfers, and we will ship your own artwork to your door where you can heat press it easily. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate right now. So these are TruePrint custom transfers. I ordered them through our site. We had them printed out, cut them down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and heat press these onto a hoodie. So yeah, you can have a cool Valentine's hoodie with a full color, professionally done DTF graphic, direct-to-film graphic, even if you don't happen to have a direct-to-film printer on hand at your house. So while these mugs are cooling down, we're gonna head on over to the heat press, and I'm gonna show you just how easy it is to press an HPN TruePrint custom DTF transfer. Let's head on over there. All right, so let me grab my hoodie really quick here. And I have two options. I'm gonna start off with a red hoodie for the Valentines, and then for that other one, I don't know, maybe I'll do the second one. So again, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna lay the hoodie on my heat press, right? Now, usually I don't like when the front hoodie pocket is on top. You want the hoodie pocket hanging off the edge. You also want the collar hanging off the edge. I got just a tiny bit of each on top. If it's on the far edge of your heat press, that should be okay if they're right here at the edge. Now, if you're pressing a smaller hoodie and the pocket's kind of up here and the collar is right here, then you're probably gonna wanna get something like a pressing pad in the middle. But these are enough off the edge to where I'm okay pressing it. So I'm gonna center this to my lower platen. I am gonna pre-press this for about 5 seconds. Now, when you're pre-pressing, when I did the tote bag, I actually closed my press. You can close the press if you want to, or you can just kind of hold it in place. Really, the point of the pre-press is you just want to get it nice and hot. Sorry, not nice and hot. You want to get it nice and smooth, eliminate the wrinkles, eliminate the moisture. And let me show you how easy it is. Now, here's a tip when you're working with transfers. What I like to do is fold it back on itself, line it up, pinch the top and bottom, and now I have a crease mark, which will help me to center it up. I could center it with the top of my hoodie right there. The overlap is actually right there. Or you could use the finger method. You know, you want like 3-4 fingers from either side. You know, if your hoodie is centered to the press, you can center the transfer to the press as well. That's ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna slide that in. And now normally what we would do is we would press this at 315 degrees for 15 seconds. Since I'm still at the previous temperature, it's actually gonna work. All I'm gonna do is give it just a little bit extra time. So ideally, you're pressing 385, 15 seconds. Since this is not ideal, since I'm at a lower temperature, I'm just gonna go for about 25 seconds or so. And what's cool about direct to film, because it's so easy to press, it's still gonna work. This is a quick peel, so boom, just like that. This looks cool. Now, what you might be seeing on screen is what we call a press mark. Tacos are my Valentine. Isn't that the coolest? Pro sweater, done. Done, done, done. We were able to press that ourselves using a TruePrint custom transfer. You saw how easy that was. Just a few seconds on the heat press, instant peel, and once this cools down, it's ready to wear. So you can go sporting this all you want. Valentine's is in about 2 weeks, and or exactly 2 weeks actually. So you got time. You got time. Super cool, super duper easy. I'm gonna show it to the other camera right here. We're gonna get over here, and actually let me grab my iPad so I can read you guys' comments. But look at this. Isn't that rad? Now, because it's a red sweater, the tacos are my text on top. I probably should have done that in white, but because it has a black outline, you could still see it. So a little design snafu on my end, but it's okay. It still works. Let me go ahead and bring up your comments. I'm still gonna let those cool for another few minutes. It's a little warm in here, so yeah. Why isn't this off? Oh, there we go. Had to fix that. Okay, let me go ahead and check in on your comments. By the way, if you have any questions about anything that I've done here, any of the presentations or any of the demos, drop it in the comments. I am happy to answer your questions here live. Let's see. Oh, that's so funny. It's asking me to log in again, and I could never remember my password. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my phone. We haven't gone live in a little while, and it's kind of funny when that happens. Let's see. There we go. Callie's asking, would that also work for mouse pads? You know, you could use DTF on a mouse pad, but because it has just a very slight thin feel, I would recommend using sublimation for mouse pads. What's cool about that? We have blank mouse pads for sublimation, which has zero feel. And if you don't have a sublimation printer, that's fine too. You could order the prints from us, just upload your artwork, order the prints, and we can get that taken care of you. So yes, you could totally put whatever graphic you want on a mouse pad with sublimation. Dee says, looks great, thank you. Callie says, beautifully done, thank you, thank you. Lydia says, do you have to use a Teflon paper on top of DTF? You know, for some transfers, you can. I would say for DTF, it doesn't hurt. In this case, I just wanted to show how simple it was, so I didn't use parchment paper or Teflon. Typically, I would recommend like parchment paper or plain uncoated butcher paper. And then also what you could do with DTF for some transfers, if you're ordering TruePrint custom transfers, it's not necessary. But what some people like to do, myself included, is after you press DTF and you peel it, you give it like another 5-10 seconds with the parchment or the butcher paper, just to really mash it in there into the surface of the garment for like extra longevity and durability. That's totally fine. Again, I didn't do that today. It's not required with HPN TruePrint transfers, but if you want to do that, go for it. A repress is required for some DTF transfers. You just have to check what the instructions are for the specific film that you're using. We have a few different films on our website. Different films have different press and peel settings. So for example, today, you know, this typically presses at 315 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 seconds. If you're using a different film, you would use different settings. So that's just what we use today. Very cool. So yeah, so we're able to make this really cool sweater. I'm gonna put that down right here. Was able to make this really cool tote bag, right? With the puff vinyl. And I know we have our example here, but I'm getting ready. That's still pretty hot, but I think I'm gonna go for it. All right, let me see. I have quite the mess on this desk, but it's okay. It just means that I'm working, all right? It means that I'm being creative. It's so funny. Like, I feel like creatives can be some of the messiest people ever, and I don't know why that is, but it cracks me up. All right, I'm gonna try to do this with one hand because I only have the one glove, right? Oh, no, I have more gloves. Okay, so these are the HPN Pro Grade gloves. These are great if you're handling hot things temporarily. I'm gonna put these on. These are a little bit thinner than the other ones that we have, which is a barbecue glove. These will still work. Okay, let's pop that open. So you're gonna pop the, I'll show you right here. You're gonna kind of just pop that tab in, lift it to separate, and there we go. We're excited to peel that. Let me get this out of the way so I don't accidentally burn myself. Here's the other one again, just so you can kind of see the tab. We're just gonna we're gonna kind of do like a bending motion. So we're just gonna do that. Let's see. There we go. There we go, remove that. There we go, very cool. By the way, these blanks are on sale right now at heatpressnation.com. This is what it should look like when it's done. Really cool Ross and Rachel graphic. And again, they're like, they fit together like that. Super cute, do whatever you want with them. But I really think it's cool how you can get them to kind of just like, you know, line up like that and then not. I don't know, I love that, I think that's cool. Enough jibber jabber, let's go ahead and we're gonna unwrap these. You could wait for them to completely cool if you want to. They're still pretty warm, so I'm gonna keep these gloves on. Look at that. Look at that. So I think I could have left these in there for maybe another minute or two, just to get a slightly better render on that color. The thing about sublimation ink is that you have to get it to a certain temperature for it to fully activate and transfer into the surface of the mug. So yeah, there's a lot of different factors. How cold was the mug before you put it in there? You know, there's a lot of different variables. Definitely want to do your testing. This one came out just a hair lighter than my sample from yesterday. But hey, I don't know. Make sure you have extras to test out. Let's see how this other one came out. Oh, that looks great. That looks great. And you know, oh, and sorry, one other thing I should mention is how close together you put them. That's why I'm kind of sitting behind it, so I didn't have like the best angle to look inside. You should give them enough space from each other so that way air could pass through in between. Make sure you're rotating. This one came out great. I think that looks awesome. And so now these, if I did my math correctly, yeah, there we go. Oops, let's see, where are we? So you can kind of line them up like that. And then of course, this has the full image. I'll show you the other side, pretty similar. Right, Ross and Rachel, classic. And you can kind of, you know, line them up. Very, very cute. They're called the Lovers Mugs. They're available at heatpressnation.com. I'm gonna set these aside over here so I don't accidentally grab them. I'll touch these to show off because these are already cool. And there you have it. So I did promise you guys a giveaway, which is coming up right now. Let me go ahead and check the comments, but just to quickly recap, we did our, well, not these ones, we did the hot ones over there. We did our Lovers Mugs, which came out great. Really cute tote bag with the Puff HTV, the Caesar Easy Puff, and then of course using TruePrint custom transfers. You saw how quick and easy it was to make this really cool hoodie with this graphic. And I'll say this hoodie, if you're selling this on Etsy, this is easily $26, $34 hoodie. Like, this is a good hoodie, good quality blank, cool graphic on there. Make your money. Make your money, ladies and gentlemen. Even if you don't have a direct-to-film printer, if you have the artwork, you upload the artwork to heatpressnation.com, order your transfers, and again, you saw how quick I printed this onto the garment. Money. You're printing money. You're printing money. I'll say it again. You are printing money. All right, guys. Ali, what is up? Ali is in the house. He says, long time no see. Dude, we just had a blast with Patrick and the Caesar team. Was that last week? I think it was last week or the week before. Time flies, but I miss you already, pal. He says, talk about multitasking. D says, loves the mugs. Linda says, what size mugs does the cup wraps fit? That's a great question. So these mugs, are they hot? Oh, they cooled down. Okay. They're still a little warm. You saw how scared I was? I've burnt myself so many times working here by touching things that I didn't know how hot they were. So these wraps are adjustable. What you do is you loosen the clamp. Where am I? Sorry. There's these like screws right here. You loosen the clamp. You can adjust the tension by just pulling a little bit more of the silicone through the clamp. So these are necessary to print this half, which is the cutout part. I suppose you could do this in a regular mug press. But anyways, the question was, what size does this fit? We have different wraps available, but this specific one that we use today will fit 11 to 15 ounce mugs. So of course you want to do your testing. You may need to adjust if you're doing 11 or 15 ounce mugs. But yeah, these are reusable. And what's cool is if you're not ready to, I mean, mug presses aren't very expensive, but these I think are only like 40 bucks. So if you already have like a spare toaster oven you're not using anymore for food, you could repurpose it, 40 bucks to get a wrap. And you don't even have to buy your own sublimation printer. Again, sublimation printers aren't that expensive, but you could order a sheet of transfers from Heat Press Nation. This is really great if you kind of want to test the waters of sublimation. You're not ready to pull the trigger on a printer and a heat press, but you have $40 for an oven wrap. Maybe you already have an extra oven, or you can go get one at the thrift store. And then, you have, for the prints, I don't have the pricing off the top of my head, but, they ship for free. So you can order a big sheet of prints to test out, practice on. It'd be really great. We have templates available on our website, so you can make sure everything's sized properly. You can do all that good stuff. Ty says, looks good on the red shirt. Thank you, I appreciate that. Linda loves the Caesar puff. Callie says, cute tote bag. Thank you. Dee says, all turned out great. Thank you, I feel seen. Every time we go live, I'm always nervous, like, what did I forget? So glad everything came out. But hey, it's time to give something away. So do me a favor, if you're watching on Facebook right now, head on over to YouTube. I'm gonna give you guys about 60 seconds to get your booties, your digital booties, over to YouTube. While we do that, I need some help, okay? Everybody get on over to YouTube. The giveaway is going to be on YouTube only. So if you're on Facebook, head on over to YouTube, join us live. We're live right now on both, but the giveaway, we can only do it on YouTube because that's all I have on my phone right now. Is YouTube. Head on over to YouTube. I'm sorry, Facebook, but go to YouTube if you want to win. Okay, 30 seconds. I'm going to give you guys 30 more seconds to head on over to YouTube to win the prize today. All right, I need you guys' help for something. My wife says that I have to ask her to be my Valentine still every year. We've been married for like 7 years now. And I thought that when you married somebody, they were your forever Valentine. Therefore, it would be safe to assume that we're married, you're my Valentine, I shouldn't have to ask you every year. According to my wife, this is an erroneous way of thinking. She says I still have to ask her every year to be her Valentine, and that she will not go out with me on a Valentine's date unless I have prior to asked her to be my Valentine. Who's right, guys? I need you guys to chime in. This is very important. While we let everybody come over from Facebook over to YouTube, do me a favor, comment on Facebook. Who's right? Who's wrong? Do I really have to ask her every year to be my Valentine? Or is it just like, hey, you married me and now you're my Valentine for life? What's the deal? Let me know in the comments here on Facebook, you guys. I have to know. I have to know who's right. And if I'm wrong, well, whatever. I will accept it. You guys tell me. I will let the Heat Press Nation audience be my judge live right now. I will let you guys determine my fate. Ty says, it's always nice to be appreciated. Okay, I feel like I'm losing already. Okay, hold on. Let's read these. You guys are awesome. Okay, let's see. Callie says, 43 years married. Never stop asking. First of all, congrats on 43 years. That's amazing. And hey, if 43 years of marriage says never stop asking, I will take your word for it, but let's read everybody's comments. Linda says, it's a reminder that your heart is still for her. She is. Oh, she is right. Okay. LM says, happy wife, happy life. Great point. I'm completely outnumbered here. Mario says, my wife says the same. Dude, I think all the wives go to wife school where they learn similar phrases. Alan says, she's right. It's just a tiny detail that will make her happy. Oh, I feel like you guys are all secretly her friends and you're just ganging up on me now. Lydia says, both, thank you. Okay, I have one person who's at least partially on my side. Anita says, I'd go with her on this to stay to stay married. It's pretty good advice. Okay, I appreciate that, you guys. Thank you. Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and give something away. I have 2 Caesar vinyl sample packs. So these are gonna be a special, I am personally gonna curate this sample pack. You're gonna get, of course, it's all gonna be kind of in like the reds and pinks with a little bit of white in there. It's Valentine's Day, of course. And I'm gonna get this shipped out on Monday. So if you win, you better email me today so I can ship it out on Monday. All right, here we go. To win this sample pack, and there's gonna be puffs, there's gonna be some glitters, different colors, all that stuff. To win, all you have to do on YouTube, live in the comments, comment the word happy wife, happy life. I thought that was really funny. Use that hashtag, comment it, happy wife, happy life. put that in the comments, and I'm gonna see who wins. We're gonna give everybody. Let me set a timer here. I'm gonna give you guys about a minute or two to enter. Let's go ahead. Happy wife, happy life. Put that in the comments, and I'll randomly pick one of those. Or actually, I'll randomly pick 2 commenters to win. D, thank you. D, okay, I got someone on my side. D says, I do not require my hubs to do that after 26 years. Again, it's a personal thing and nothing wrong with it. Okay, 26 years, that's awesome, by the way, congrats. I see we got some long-term couples in the chat today. That's awesome, man. It's super encouraging to hear people are still sticking together these days. Patrick says, just celebrated 11 years the day I came back from Long Beach, so I'm with the audience on this one. My buddy Ali is trying to make it 11 more. Nice. Callie says, we have all attended the secret wife school. I believe it. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. All right, there we go. Everybody, okay, I see the comments. You can do the hashtag, do whatever you want. Happy wife, happy life. Go ahead and put that into the comments, and we're gonna let somebody win. I'm gonna pick 2 winners right now. By the way, happy anniversary, Ali. Awesome, 11 years. You're winning me by like 4 years. I think, because I got married in 2017, so whatever that math equates to. All right, here we go. We're already a minute and a half in. I'm gonna get all the way to 2 minutes. Comment either a hashtag or whatever you want to do. Happy wife, happy life. I'm gonna pick 2 winners. 2 lucky winners today are gonna get Caesar vinyl sample packs shipped out on Monday. So make sure you follow up with me. I'll tell you winners how to do it. You guys got like 20 seconds left. Great, by the way, great crowd today. You guys are so funny, and honestly, I appreciate the feedback on this. Unfortunately, it means I'm wrong, and I don't like being wrong, but it takes a big man to admit he's wrong. Today I am that big man. So yeah, don't tell my wife. She doesn't watch these, so I'm safe for now. All right, here we go. All right, we're at like 2 minutes, like 15 seconds. So I'm gonna cut it off, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do the magic scroll, and let's pick a winner. Let's pick a winner here. Today, our first winner is, oh, no, I picked the wrong comment, hold on. I scrolled way too far. All right, happy wife, happy life, let's see it. Our first winner is Annette Finley. Annette Finley, you are winner number 1, Annette Finley. All right, let me pick winner number 2. Winner number 2, someone who commented happy wife, happy life. Let's see, we got Callie Fader. Okay, awesome. So Annette Finley, Callie Fader, and I hope I'm saying that right. Do me a favor, email us at winner@heatpressnation.com. Winner, WINNER, @heatpressnation.com. I believe it's there, or it'll be there on screen in a few seconds. Shoot me an email, winner@heatpressnation.com. Again, Annette Finley, Callie Fader, you guys are our winners for today. Shoot me that email ASAP, and first thing Monday, I'm gonna ship that out express to you guys so you can have it in time to make some fun Valentine's crafts with your Caesar vinyl sample packs. Did I say Caesar vinyl sample pack? Yes. Awesome. Congrats to the winners. I want to thank everybody for joining me live today. It's been an absolute blast. Just to quickly recap today, we did these cool. Oh, it's like having toilet paper. It's a sublimation equivalent of having toilet paper stuck to your shoe. We did the lovers mugs, which they fit really nicely, right? We did those. For all my single pals out there, we did this really cool hoodie. Tacos are my Valentine. Very cool. And then for anybody, we use the Caesar Easy Puff vinyl to make this really cool tote bag. Be mine that puff candy heart. That's gonna do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again so much to everybody who tuned in. Thanks to our winners. Be sure you reach out, winner@heatpressnation.com. And for everybody else, you're not a loser, you're a future winner. We'll see you sometime soon. Thank you so much for joining. Adios, everybody. The True Spec is unlike any other machine ever produced by Heat Press Nation. We didn't modify an existing design, we built a new machine from the ground up. A strong building needs a solid foundation, right? So we constructed our machine on a laser-cut steel frame that can take the daily use and abuse in any shirt shop. The handle is where the force is transferred from the user to the machine thousands of times in a heat press's lifespan. so the TrueSpec handle and lever are built to last. A double bar handle is complemented by a new pull-down lever to make operating this large machine more accessible for all users. Users who need a little bit more reach can grab the lower pull-down lever and bring the main handle in within reach to complete the press. At the heart of the TrueSpec heat press is its solid core 16 by 20 inch heating element. This is not only the best heating element Heat Press Nation has ever produced, its performance puts it up there with the top heating elements on the market today. We cast our solid aluminum heating elements to ultra-fine tolerances and have made them to be over 20% thicker than the current Signature series. The result is a perfectly flat heating element with incredible evenness in heat distribution, superb heat retention, and minimal recovery time between presses. To help keep our customers safe, the TrueSpec also has an anti-burn shield over the heating element to protect in case of accidental contact. The TrueSpec control housing contains the brand new touchscreen control panel. The active pressure readout gives you real-time feedback on the amount of pressure that's being applied. When you close the press, a value will be displayed on a scale from 0 to 8, with 0 being no pressure and 8 being the maximum. This gets rid of the guessing games and brings proper pressure to every project. Setting your TrueSpec heat press to the proper time and temperature is a breeze. There are 3 preset slots available to recall settings for your favorite materials. In each preset slot, you can set your desired temperature, pre-press time, and main press time. If you're working with a product that doesn't require pre-press, you can set that value to 0 to only use the main press time setting. In addition to the touchscreen control panel, the TrueSpec control housing also holds the built-in backup fuse. In the event of a power surge or eventual fuse degradation over time, switching to your backup fuse takes just a few moments instead of however long it takes you to find your spare fuse or wait for a replacement to ship. Inside, you'll find select UL components to ensure the most vital parts are of the highest quality. The TrueSpec is a true hybrid machine thanks to a major update to a core feature, Auto Open. You can now choose for yourself whether you want your heat press to function as an auto open or manual heat press with a simple flip of the rotating contact plate. With auto open, an electromagnet holds your press closed. When the timer reaches 0, the magnet releases the hold and allows the premium gas shocks to open the heat press for you automatically. In manual mode, you are in complete control of when the machine opens and closes. We've also moved the emergency release button from the control housing closest to the handle for easy access if you ever need to open the machine before the timer reaches 0. Of course, the TrueSpec wouldn't be a proper clamshell heat press if we didn't include a slide-out lower plat. But seeing as how that's nothing new, for Heat Press Nation anyways, we have also added a built-in splitter for your t-shirts. These are 2 must-have features for any t-shirt shop and truly elevate the level of efficiency and safety on your heat press. The built-in splitter allows the lower platen to go completely inside of your t-shirt, splitting it so the front and back are pressed separately. This avoids double pressing and eliminates any bleed through between sides of the garment. And to top off this huge list of premium features on our TrueSpec machines, we are proud to launch our line of fast fit platens. These lower platens are interchangeable with a multi-directional mount, so unlike your USB drive, you could slide it on right the first time, every time. You can also choose landscape or portrait orientation on any platen. To change platens, simply rotate the locking pin to disengage it, then slide the platen right off. Slide on your desired fast fit lower platen, then re-engage the locking pin by twisting it back in place. It really is that easy. Fast fit interchangeable platens are sold separately and are available in 4x4 inch, 6x10 inch, 6x20 inch, 8x10 inch, and 11x15 inch sizes. TrueSpec heat presses come with a quality guarantee that is backed by Heat Press Nation's legendary My Expert support. This includes 1 year of My Expert protection and free lifetime technical support. Should you ever have a question or issue with your heat press or any product purchased from Heat Press Nation, help is just a phone call away. Simply dial 800-215-0894 and you'll be connected with a trained technician at our Fullerton, California Service Center. You can order your TrueSpec heat press today at heatpressnation.com. If all you have is a heat press, you can start your professional heat printing business today. Let me introduce you to TruePrint Custom Transfers by Heat Press Nation. You don't need a new printer or a large screen printing setup. You can now order professional screen print, direct-to-film, and sublimation transfers that are ready to press straight from Heat Press Nation right to your door. There's no replacement for screen printing with its unique look, feel, and wear. But not everybody can bring a full screen print setup into their home or shop. And that's where TruePrint by Heat Press Nation has a solution. We offer 3 different screen printed products that you can apply with just a heat press. First, we have our single sheets. Now, these sheets allow you to print a single image in one of 33 different Pantone matched ink colors. We also have our gang sheets. Now, on a gang sheet, you could fit as many different images as you want on a 12 by 12 inch sheet. And last but not least, we have our screen printed puff transfers. These transfers are printed with a special ink that puffs when it's heat pressed, giving an incredible 3-dimensional look and feel to your images. Our puff transfers are also going to be single image sheets with your choice of one of 16 different specialty puff ink colors. For all screen printed products, the minimum order quantity is only 12 pieces, with price breaks as your order quantity increases. Direct-to-film printing has taken the garment decoration industry by storm, and for good reason. With DTF, you can now heat press full color, retail quality transfers onto t-shirts, hats, hoodies, and more. TruePrint is proud to offer the very best possible custom DTF prints to everyone. TruePrint offers sheets in various sizes, which allows you to print your single images with no color limitations. We also have gang sheets available to give you the best value when ordering prints. And best of all, there are no minimums with TruePrint DTF. You can order as little or as many transfers as you need to fulfill your jobs and keep your customers happy. With TruePrint sublimation gang sheets, large format sublimation prints are more accessible than ever before. Like our other gang sheets, you could fit as many different graphics as you like within the set dimensions. Whether it's 2 large prints or 200 small prints, we have you covered with our high resolution prints made using top-of-the-line sublimation inks and paper. There are no minimums, and you'll be able to use standard heat transfer settings for all your favorite projects. With TruePrint Custom Transfers by Heat Press Nation, your heat press is all you need to run your print shop. Let our screen print, direct-to-film, and sublimation professionals take care of the hard work so you can have more time to focus on what matters most for you and your business. You can find more information and order your own TruePrint Custom Transfers today at heatpressnation.com.